Hi friends, today we are going to see a new topic called as service marketing. Consumer experiences. Overall aim of this chapter is to create an awareness of the notions of the consumer experiences and the reason for the increased interest in this notion by both academic and the participants. In particular, the chapter's objectives are to illustrate the notion of an memorable customer experiences, to outline the three main reasons for the current interest in consumer experiences, to summarize the implications for the service managements who wish to create and stage the customers' experiences. Introduction. After receiving the services, consumers sometimes simply forgot them or regard them as so ordinary that they had just do not talk about them, even when the service had been regarded positively. Yet, after receiving the other services, they feel they want to recount their service stories to anyone who will listen. What is it that can make a customer services into an experience worth recounting? In the late 1990s, there was a significant interest in the consumer experiences within the field of marketing. In this chapter, the reason for the interest are outlined. Different perspectives on the consumer's experiences are discussed, and some implication for the service management are identified. But first, let us examine in the context of an high education how a service providers gives a clue that they wish to provide something more than simply the core product. The UK's Open University, in an advertisement in 2000s, listed the advantages of studying for a degree by the open learning and demonstrated their leading edge technology. However, both the photographer and the final messages were about how studying with the open universities is an unforgettable experiences where the students can make a new friends from all the walk of life. Both the open universities provided and the student have the acknowledged that the total experiences is far greater than the studying and passing of the modules, and that the social elements is often the most memorable. Academic conferences are an opportunity for an academic to disseminate their researches and learn from the other researchers. However, conference organizers recognize the delegates accept more than that just this core element of a services in order to make the conference worth talking about. For example, the organizing community of the American Marketing Association 1999 Winter Educator Conference promoted a conference that offers a great collegial interactions, a super location, and an exciting programs. In the UK Academy of Marketing 2000 conference program, delegates were advised that one of the principal factors of a past conferences that makes them the memorable has been the friendliness and the hospitality that delegates have received. Our conference aims to maintain such a traditions. You will find a full often conference program both daytime and the evenings with an opportunity to renew our old antiquities and make new one. In all these examples, there is a recognition that in order for the experienceable to the memory, consumers need to be given the opportunity to engage in the services, not merely to be a player in a service transactions. In the story, in the before, John Townsend has been seen to be engaged in the airline flight services more than his son Jack, and would be more likely, therefore, to talk about his service experiences. Even UK high street retailers who have traditionally focused on the selling merchandise have begun to devote the display space to sell and packaged experiences. For example, UK shoppers can buy a James Bond experiences from the booths or a Big Boy toy adventure from W.H. Smith. These perhaps are the most obvious example of in service becoming consumer experiences when this consumer engages in something out of an ordinary. Consumer experiences. This provides an illustration of an consumer experiences where a considerable amount of money was paid for a service that provided to be and memorable. It provided a reference point for the later session of the chapters. It is written by the Peter, who with his wife Christian flew from the UK from an Easter holidays in Las Vegas with the tour operator Air Tours. It starts with the Air Tours welcome meetings held in the Planet Hollywood stores. A consumer accounts of an sunset trail ride and barbecue dinner experiences. At the welcome meeting, we were given the details of all the tours. Shows we could book through the Air Tours, flight over the Grand Canyon, visit to the Hoover Dam, and various variety shows. The Air Tours representative went through them all in a presentation, complete with the slides. The particular tour that she really got excited about, however, was the Sunset Trail Ride tour. It involved a short drive to the Red Rock Canyon to a ranch, followed by a 2 hours of a horse ride with the cowboys, and then a meal of an barbecued steak bean and a corn on the cob. Enjoyed list sitting around the campfire under the desert stars. We had originally planned to revisit the Grand Canyon, but Christian and I both liked the idea of an canyon ride, although neither of us have ever ridden a horse before. It seems like many others at the presentation had the same idea and similar reservations. Most of the questions were about the canyon ride, and we were reassured that it was possible for the novice from 4 to 95 years of age. Being our 50s therefore appeared not to be a back drawback. It seems, however, quite expensive at $139 per person. So we didn't book on the spot. 2 days later, we decided to opt from the canyon ride and sacrifice the Grand Canyon tour, which we are told by another couple. We are bit disappointed by just a fight for 30 minutes around a small part of an Grand Canyon. The day came and we arrived at the pickup point at an exorbitant hotel. The bus driver handed out 2 pages of an insurance disclaimer to us all, and we had to tick and sign at least 20 boxes. We began to wonder what we had let some ourselves in for. He went on to warn us not to overclimb our riding skills as a cowboy. That might put us on a horse that we couldn't control. This seems to cause a stir, and so he quickly responded by saying complete novices would get the gentle horses, such as the Buttercup and the Smiler, rather than the Thunder or Bullet. With the hindsight, it was a part of an experiences, a wind up of a group of two get them talking. Soon the scenery became spectacular, with the beautiful red rocks, and we arrived at the ranch. The driver could not resist one last dig at us by pointing out a trail high in the mountain that we are going to ride on. At the ranch, we all have to pay up front. It seems strange to be paying by the credit cards in such an environment, including a generous tip to the as yet unknown cowboys and girls. They came along and introduced themselves. Big Jim, Hawk, Randy, Jody, etc. 10 in all wearing hats and with the spurs on their boots. There were 50 customers on this trial ride. Others were turned away lest we were there. We could see the horses in a fence area. It was it, then no turning back. Big Jim asked if anyone was nervous. 5 women, including the Christian, confessed, and we were made a fuss of and fixed up with the horses. No man confessed any trepidations, and I wasn't going to be the first. Big Jam did, however, draw an attention to the lack of an male honesty, which revealed the tension a Brit Christian was on Dusty, and I was on and Cherokee. But we were separated and could not share our misgivings. The cowboy and a girls briefly demonstrated how we should steer and stop the horses with their reins. This was hard to take in and quite scary. When we set off, I overused the reins and was shouted at, "Don't pull hard on Cherokee. He's got a sensitive mouth." Not a good start. The next part is that taken from the Christian's diary of the holiday. A horse was an albino with a blue eye called Dusty. A Peter's a brown one with an Peelsbard marking, that is Cherokee. We have to ride on our own, no one walking beside us, up a very steep high, along a very rocky and sometimes a sandy terrain. Very frightening at the first, and my stirrups were too high, plus one higher than the another. So my legs were really aching and rigid the whole time. Stooped for the photos on the way up, and at the top for one with the Peter. My horse was right at the end of an sheer drop, stunning the views, but the sunsets hammered up by a few clouds. Atop, a Nicole, a cowgirl, adjusted my strip-ups, but I was still achy. Saw a boycott. When we got back, I couldn't get off the horses. So Peter and a cowboy lifted me off. My legs were like jelly. Then we had an enormous steaks, corn on and cob, jacket, potatoes, beans and lecher, and then a toasted marshmallows on the campfire. Finally, a drive back within views of an Las Vegas light. Quite spectacular. The whole account seems familiar, negative. But our legs began to function properly only after the 5 minutes after getting off the horses. And around the campfire, everyone was in a high spirit, sharing his experiences and fears. Christians say that we would get a lot of mileage out of this. Back home, the photos has been out with our all friends, embellished with the stories of an outride up the canyon. It was certainly the highlights of Las Vegas holidays. Even silly things take on a great meaning, as such as the cowboys on the horseback communicating by the mobile phones, and us sitting around the campfire after sinking the home on the range, as beginning given the ranch websites. It is interesting that the pain and the fear, the later no doubt architectures to a certain extent by the service providers, contributed greatly to the Christian and the Peter experiences. The satisfaction and the relief of conquering the pain, fear, and sharing it with our other customers was positive. The scenery and the contact will have made the experiences possible, but the participation and the engagement in the services was the key to their evaluations. The photograph taken by the cowboy and the girls were the tangible items that jogged the memories. What has been said so far in this chapter is probably not too surprising. So, why is the topic of an consumer experiences capturing the interest of an academic and the practitioners or at the start of an 21st century? Reason for the interest in the consumer experiences. There are three main interrelated reasons for unspared in the interest in the consumer experiences: the economic of selling experiences, the move towards providing theoretical or retail service offers, the closure of a third or a great good places. The economic of selling experiences. As we mentioned briefly in the before chapters, Pine and Gilmore have advocated that and once the economic have moved to what they have called the experiences economy. The arrival at this position is via a historical progress of an economical value from exacting the commodities to make goods to delivering the services to staging the experiences. This progression is shown. As we move along with it from the left to the right, Pine and Gilmore argues the offer moves from being undifferentiated to being differentiated, and from being irrelevant to the customer's need to be relevant to the customer needs. But importantly for them, it moves from cheap markets pricing to the premier pricing. One can charge a premier price with the experiences economy for staging a differentiated experiences which is relevant to the customer needs. Support for the arguments can be seen. For example, in the Christmas services being offered by the event planners to the family in the USA for price of up to 30,000 euros, families can enjoy the Christmas festivals by avoiding the fuss. For around 27,000 euros, the deal may be include the 3 Christmas trees, decoration of 7 fireplaces, crystal tablewares, shopping for the present, cooking the turkey, and singing the Christmas cards with a look like signatures. This is to provide what the purchases regards as a real Christmas experiences, something that could be not provide for themselves. According to the providers, the business had to taken off in December 2000s as never before. Similarly, customers are willing to pay $139 each for a trial ride in the canyon with all the cowboy campfire ambience and experiences, whereas 2 hours horse ride could be normally be purchased for less than the half that amount. Say for an example, extracting the commodities, then making the good, then delivering the services, then staging the experiences. Adaptation from the Pye and Gilmore, The Progress of an Economic Values. A UK consumer behaviors consultant advises that the people are telling us that they are oversupplied with the merchandise and the undersupplied with the experiences last a lifetime, which while a product wears out. If indeed consumers are expressing the needs for staggered experiences rather than the manufacturing goods, then the Pine and Gilmore reckon that organizations such as retailers or shopping center managers could stage consumers' experiences and charge an entry fee. This may not be too far fetched given the propensity of the consumers to pay for an tangible amenities such as the rainforest cave, t-shirts after dining experiences. Despite being oversupplied with the merchandise, it is quite possible that Peter, Christian, or any other of their fellow customers would have purchased the Red Rock Canyon Trail Ride t-shirts or cowboy hats had they been available in their post-ride euphoria or even via the internet. The move towards providing the theoretical retail service offers. A Revidic reporter written in 1999 stated that a retail theater is more than a fancy layout and a silk decorations. The most successful involved real interactivity with the customer, making them active rather than passive participants. Only in this way we can consumer actually feel involved and shopping experiences made more memorable and interesting. For the retailers, there are significant bonuses to be gained as a result. Shoppers stay in the store for longer, they came back more often, and they probably to tell their friends about the experiences. Consumer experiences are often seen on an outcome of the offers of a theater and services. No, none more so than in the retail sector where many firms across the whole spectrum of relating claim to be offering the retail theaters. The use of an theaters metaphor in the services has been discussed in the upcoming chapters. Some example of an claim of an retail theaters shows the super facilities. In that idea of an theater seems distinguishable from the sellings. For example, the US home furnished retailers Tag Hardware states, we treat the retail like the theater. Coming in, be entertained and spend money and on way out. Or merchandising, for example, the UK supermarket group Safeway, where they are reported to want to bring in the idea of retail theater, where you have such an fascinating displays of an apple, for example, that you cannot resist loading into your trolley. Nevertheless, others do acknowledge this data, including the engagement of a consumers and the encouragement of an consumer participation in the creation of an consumer experiences. As advocated in the verdict report above, for example, the key to the retail theaters for the UK electrical retailers comment is to allow the customers to touch, feel and experiences the product. And the Levi's Jeans retail store in San Francisco with a children in the mind, hopes to captivate the youthful shoppers partially through the sensory impressions, surrounded sound, flickering video projectors, DVDs or DJs, listening stations, tap on and warm water. A catalyst for the reactions of an on-site retail customers experiences have been the competition of online shopping alternatives through internet shoppings. Consumers can meet the convenience, the speed of in purchases, and the low price needed when the shopping for many type of goods. On-site shoppings therefore have to provide something different, experiences through the theater in order to encourage the longest stay. Repeat orange and the positive word of a mouth. In the parallel with the customer's experiences with on-site retail services provide the researchers in being undertaken on an consumer experiences with the retail service websites. The experiences. Here the emphasis is on creating a hassle-free, seamless experience for the customers. It is not only in the retail, however, where the theoretical techniques are used to consume to create an experiences. However, the most blended example in the hotel sector, the Ventanian Hotel in the Las Vegas, which is said to have a cost of 2 millions to the build. As with the other Las Vegas hotel, it has a casino and over 50,000 bedrooms. It also has 17 restaurants and a spectacular themed presence on the Las Vegas boardwalk. Competed with an Rashilo Bridges, a canal, and a replica of an St. Mark's Campfire Bell Towers. The main experience is for the customers, most of whom are the visitors, non-residents, is to find, however, in the Grand Canal shoppers inside the hotel. The shoppers are in a themed settings with a Galonda rides that is $50 per person on the canal running through them to replica the St. Mark's Square, compete with an cafe, bars and so on, all under an painted blue sky with a small white clouds. The saloners are all trained singers, dressed authentically who serenade their passengers at the canal turning point, heard of course by all the passing shoppers. There are a scheduled operating performances and concentrate on the canal bridges and in the square and in the mine artistic actors and status in the wider spaces of an shopping mall. The closures of a third or a great good places. It may seem from the above that the creation and the provision of an customer's experiences is only available to well-funded service organization in the retail and the leisure service sections. However, it is recognized that many much smaller service organizations provide a social consumer experiences playing the role of an third place or what has become to be known as a great good place, a meeting place for people, those the other two people are from the home and work. Consider the following report on the reaction of an American public to the end of an television series. When the final episode of Cheers aired in 1993, after 11 years of warming American battles, 80 million people tuned into bid farewell to the gauzy saloon where, as the theme song had it, everyone knows your name. The audience wasn't just saying goodbye to a TV show, it was moving the passing of the greater good place of a modern life as a sociology Ray Allman calling the gathering places where the communities refresh and sustain themselves. Yes, the old lime saloon and the lodges and even the barber shops that once provides places for socializing are the mostly gone. It would seem that the end of an fiction bars have been mourned in an nostalgical reflection on the reduction in the places to meet and socialized, most of which are made available by the service providers. Oldenburg listed these great good places: cafe, coffee shops, bookstores, bars, hair saloons, other hangouts at the heart of community. In a great good places, Olsberg pointed out the entertainment is provided by the people themselves. The sustained activity is conversation, which is variously passionate and light-hearted, serious and witty, informative and silly. The notion of a consumer engaging with the services to create an experience is again is paramount. Some service organizations have reacted to the public mourning of demences of great good places by proclaiming positively that they are a great good place, standing up for the values and Olsberg proclaim they possess. For example, Bobby Bryan, restaurants and the pubs in a Cap Code USA refers to themselves as an eating, drinking and talking establishments and as a Cap Code great good place to rise a glass bread break and a share great good things. The messages to the gentle consumer is that the pub is about more than food and drink. We hope that we nourish your spirit and engage you to the experiences, not only the other great places, but also your great good thoughts. In the UK, other hangouts at the heart of a community would include the thousand of all the small shops and service businesses that service the communicates with their high streets. They provide the locations of for the consumer experiences brought about together the social conversation. Their numbers are decreased year by year and there are call for the government intervention to maintain a healthy independent retail sectors as the independent retailers contribute significantly to the preservation of local communities. The potential clashes of these great good places have raised awareness of what would be missing, much of which related to the precarious lack of an opportunities for consumer to have the experience of socializing. Perspectives on the consumer experiences. To what extent is there a common understanding of an consumer experiences? Both the word experience and the phrases consumer experiences are used often in the context of service marketing, but the meaning and the connection may differ according to the users. The consumer perspectives. Talking the perspectives of consumers and their representatives, it is a notable that on balance a consumer experiences means a bad experience with the purchase of a good or a services. On the internet, for example, one of a well-known search engine, Yahoo, listed 30 websites dealing with the consumer experiences. Some of them, such as Wegbox.com, acknowledges that the customer have both the good and a bad stories to relate. If you tell us about your good and a bad experiences with your favorite and not so favorite businesses, we will post them here in the well box for all the world to read. However, the majority of the websites by this is very name assumes a negative sentences on a customer experiences and their addresses vary from the obvious complaints.com and the complaint station to the more propagative bitchparty.com, gripnets and the madnow.com. Even in the government reports, consumers' experiences are just posted with the consumer rights of and compliant. A report by the General Consumer Council for the Northern Ireland, for example, state that we have tracked the experience of an Northern Ireland customers in the previous 12 months from having reasons to comply to seeking an advice and taking an action in relation for their compliance. This commonly held a view of a customer experiences regards the experiences as an relating to a particular incident that a consumer had undergone with the service providers and furthermore often one that may have been unpleasant. The voicing and the sharing of compliance also implies that the different consumers may have similar experiences with the same service providers. The bad may have a similar experiences with the same service providers. The bad experiences of purchasing a VCR from a company X with the manufacturing remote control and the subsequent hassle is replacing it may be a familiar story for several consumers. In Peter and Christian's story of a trial rate, there were many separate incidents and their particular interchange with the service providers over the issue of the tip would have been rather negative consumer experiences according to the view above. The service marketer perspectives. In contrast, the service marketers take the perspective that a consumer experiences is a memorable experience based on a consumer's different personal participation or observation. Pine and Gilmore distinguish experiences from the other elements of the figure. They empathize that the experiences occurs with any individual who has been engaged on an emotional, physical, intellectual, or even spiritual level. The result: no two people can have the same experiences, for their perspectives, experience are not simply particular incident that consumers undergo with the service providers. They are an memorable events that engage the consumers. So Peter and Christian consumers experiences would relate to the engagement with the trial ride on the emotions, fear, sense of achievement, physical discomfort on a ride, satisfied hunger, and intellectual. A distinguished characters of experiences. Economic unit. Distinguished characteristics of the experiences. Economic unit. The commodities. Distinctive characteristics are basic materials extracted from the nature world. Economic unit. Goods. Distinctive characteristic. Tangible products that companies standardize and then inventory. In the services. Intangible activity performed for a particular customers. In experiences, memorable events that engage in individuals in a personal way. Riding skills, knowledge of an terrain flora and fauna, levels over the world events. Furthermore, they would each have a different experiences. Smith, a proponent of an experimental marketing, agrees with the Pine and Gilmore definition of the experiences. Pointing out the experiences requires some stimulation and that the markets needs to provide that stimulation in rather than being concerned with any particular individual experiences. You need to ask yourself the more important strategic question of what type of an experiences you want to provide and how you can provide them with a perfectly fresh appeal. Such a strategic underpinning of an experiential marketing can, he believes, be achieved by addressing five components of the customer experiences, such as sense, feels, thinks, act, and relates. The below tabular column gives a brief contextual descriptions of the components which are derived from the consumer behavior fields. The trial ride experiences in the exhibits can analyzed according to the five components. Sensory experiences of all types were demonstrated on the trial ride. The service provider had quite a lot of control over these aspects. They chose the particular route or trial to provide a stunning views. They gave an instruction on how to ride. They ensured the trial ride sounds of an horses going over a authentic terrain and encouraged singing and hollering. They cooked a huge backward steaks and they ensured that all the consumer experiences the smell of an campfire. According to both Peter's account and Christian diary, there were many individual emotions often feeling and experienced during the whole event, ranging from the feelings of fear to the relief and high spirits. The learning to ride a horse was certainly a problem-solving exercise that challenged them, especially when the horse was walking next to the sheer drops. Similarly, the chemist five components of a customer experiences: sense, description, creativity of and sensory experiences through the sight, touch, sound, taste, and smell. Second, the feel, creation of an affective experiences during the conception. Third, think, creation of an conjunctive problem-solving experiences that engage the customer's creativity. Fourth, the act, engagement of a customer's physical experiences. Fifth, relate, creation of an individual experiences relating the customer to his or her ideal shelf, other people or the cultures. 2 hour ride was a physical ordeal that neither of them have previously experienced us. At the end, they have learned something about a different culture and enjoy recounting their stories back home in the United Kingdoms. Academic perspectives. There is an academic interest in examining how individuals describe their own experiences. There is a value in understanding the symbolic meanings attachment to the consumer experiences in the act of consumptions. Here, the assumption is that the consumer reality is complicated by and reliance on assigned perfections, interpretations, and the uses. An understanding of how individual consumer perceive marketing stimuli and how they interpret and use them should then provide the insights for marketing management. In a study of an consumer experiences of a British pub, for example, a seminary analysis of an consumer experiences in and a public houses concluded that the pub concept is associated by the consumer with individuality and personal choices. Rather than a mass making approach, the strategies of multiple pub operators that involved an uniform pub brands were therefore seriously questioned in the light of these interpretation of the consumers' accounts to their pub experiences. We have seen an reference in the coming chapter to the services which have experience attributes as a distinct for a search of an crescent attributes. In this sense, experiences refers to an accumulated knowledge consumer gain through understanding a services that allows them to evaluate the service after the event. However, from an academic perspectives, the notion of an consumer experiences as a guest-led tends to prevail over the notion of it being related to particularly incident with the service provider or to an accumulation of the knowledge only. This is why the theatre is in true sense can aid the service marketers in the creation of an experiences for the consumers. In the theatre, each performance is designed to achieve a specific audience reactions with a detailed consideration given to all the elements that create the reactions. Improvisation casting, role play, and rehearsal associated with the actors together with the stage management, lighting, sound and costume, and the props associated with the settings, and to how they work together. The role of an audience, in addition to the role of an actor, is always considered explicitly, and the audience roles is different in the different forms of the theatre. We have seen from the upcoming chapters that the audience roles in the theatre can be transposed to the customer's roles in the services. The experience of a customers playing the roles of an voyagers, for example, would be different from those playing the roles and of a spectators, sense skepters, or the consumers. This brings us back to the CIMET's strategies questions about what type of experiences you should provide and how you can provide them. The uses of an theoretical technicals to create a consumer experiences provides an opportunity to get beyond the superficially that surrounds much of an popular concepts of an retail or the service theatre, and at the same time explores a type of an experiences in the some detail together with a way of providing it. To illustrate, let us suppose a retail or a service provider wishes to provide an experiences with the consumer in the role of an spectators. As a spectators, the consumer role is transparent and clearly understood by both the consumer and the service providers. The customer has the opportunity on site to be critical of the offers and way it is presented. It is seen in the coming tables that the role of an consumer spectators was informed by the work of a theatre participants. Bertolt Brecht, a rich sources of an idea can be generated for the service providers that they wish to offer different engaging experiences to the customer in their roles of an spectators. For detailed examination of these three aspects of a theatre that Brecht directed. First, method for the managing and developing the roles and performances of the actor. Second, techniques for providing planned opportunities for the audience to influence the performances, and third, arrangement of a staging and mechanism for stimulating the audience's participation. These are parallel in human resources management with 1 and 2 above, and the operation management with the above 3. In the creation of these experiences with the large organizations such as the Venetian Hotel, or with the small operations such as the trial rides or even the UK corner shop. Implication for the service management. Whether or not we are living in an experienced country, there is an evidence that the consumer were willing and able to pay for the experiences. Three implications for the service management who wish to create and consumer experiences arise from the discussion above. First, there seems to be different perspectives on the meaning of the experiences, and these perspectives needed to be acknowledged and addressed by the management. There is an evidence that in popular parlance, a consumer experiences is synonymous with a critical incidence of a type described in the chapter 4, as with the consumer accounts of an critical incidence. The majority such experiences are bad. Bad experiences leads to compliance and us and then. Mentality between the consumer and the provider. Notion as and then. Mentally between the consumer and the provider. The notion of a co-production of an experiences between the consumer and the producer are undetermined. It is therefore in the interest of in-service management to reinforce the view of their offered experiences as an engaging event or episodes, something to which the consumer contribute part of them or episode themselves. An eating and drinking establishment may be antique distributors, but an eating, drinking and talking establishment may change the perceptions of dining at Bobby Byron's from a functional services, with many instances and the encounters to a place where the consumers is an integral part of an experiences. All the evidence suggested that the certain of an experiences should be highly focused with a great attention to the deal. The intended effect on the consumer must be absolutely clear, with all the stimuli reinforcing the effort. This applies equally to the theme-related virtual experiences such as Grand Canal shoppers in the Venetian Hotel, and the social experiences in the place such as the local butcher shop. In the formal cases, the shops, restaurants and the actors must conform to the visitors' perception of a Venice. For example, pasta restaurant in St. Mark's Square. In the later, the employees can be trained to talk to the consumers and encourage the customer to the customer interaction. In the shop, to provide the opportunity for an social exchange and dissemination of the local news. Help in creating and sustaining a forces can be gained through the reproducing ideas that emerge from the theater practices for generating the audience reaction, or by using the components in the table as a checklist for engaging the individual on emotion, physical and intellectual levels. Third, much can still be learned according about the pricing of an experiences. Pine and Gilmore argue strongly that the organization can charge premium prices, but how much can or should organization charges? Could the trail ride operators have charged more than $139 given the potential customers were being turned away? It should be noted that the price for the Gondola rides in the Venetian Hotel went up to 50%, from $10 to $15 between two visits to the websites in the April and the May 2001. There doesn't seems to be the potential for companies to charge premium prices as far as many experiences than are of offer. Demand is exceeding the supply. The record amount paid for an experiences no doubt goes to the American businessman Dennis Tito, 14 million euros for a week holiday on a Russian Scottish spacecraft in the May 2001. It was to be an fulfillment of a life dream to fly into the space. Pricing strategies such as the cost plus or a repayment plans, which tends to be associated with the service, that are personal based on and which rely on an experiences evaluations, do not appear to be appropriate for regular experiences. It seems to be dependent on what customers are prepared to pay, and invited the market research is needed to establish pricing structures that reflects the customer's spending thresholds. It has been argued that the customers which wish to purchase the experiences and that we may be at the beginning of an experience economy. For the service providers, there's a benefit to be gained in creating a differentiator of an out of an ordinary experiences that the meet consumers needs. Though the premium pricing, the interest is creating an on-site theater for a customers is a responsible to this challenge and also the competition of an online services. In parallel, there is an evidence that the customer also value the traditional social experiences provided by the great good places which are managed by service providers. And experiences may relate to a particular incident with a service provider to accumulate the knowledge or to the gestal. In the later cases, the engagement of the consumer is distinguished features. Organization wishing to offer an experience therefore must consider in detail how to focus on creating a clear intent effects on consumers. Lessons on how to do this can be borrowed from a theater practice, which especially attention being given to an engaging consumer on emotional, physical, and intellectual levels. The pricing of out of an ordinary experiences is neither a straight way forward nor easy to justify and requires in further research. Learning outcomes. Having reading this chapter, you should be able to appreciate and critically evaluate the reason for an upsurge in the interest in consumer experiences. Second, understand the distinctive characteristic of an engagement experiences and the components that makes up such experiences. Third, distinguish between the various definitions of an experiences and how they offer the different perspectives on the consumer experiences. Fourth, evaluate the implications for the service management arising from the discussion of a consumer experiences. Service design. Overall aim of a chapter to provide a comprehensive outline and evaluation of an research on the design of an service process and the design of a physical service environment. In particular, the chapter objectives are to demonstrate the places of an service design in the expanded service marketing mix, to provide an overview of an technique of an services, blueprinting, and the service mapping used in a service process design, to summarize that the strategies and the operational application of a services, blueprinting, and the mapping, to introduce the environmental dimension of service gap and the effect of an customers and employee responses, to provide a classification of a physical service environment, to summarize the research on the effects of an ambient condition on a human behavior. Introduction. When we speak of a service design, maybe speaking of a design of an process or the design of an physical environment. The earlier chapters have shows that the importance of an process and the physical environment, a major component of a physical evidence. In the service marketing mixes, the additional 3 Ps, that is process, people, and the physical evidences are often more prominent in the customer's preservation of a services than the traditional 4 Ps. Refer back to the critical incidents in the before chapters. In this chapter, we summarize the main contribution to the theory regarding the designs of the service process and the physical service environment. This does not mean the P for the people is being ignored. For example, it is strongly advised that a consumer should be actively involved in the designing a service progress, regardless of whether the customers are privy to or even aware of all the parts of process. Their awareness of its results and the evidence make them potentially valuable participant in the design of an entire system. In a similar vein, design of an physical service environment is significantly unprinted by an understanding of an consumer and employee approach and avoidance behavior. The below figure shows that the structure of this chapter. It links the material of the chapter 3 with the two standards of an service design. It should be stressed that the two standards are not mutually exclusive. For example, the design for the physical environment of an hotel would need to be acknowledged. The process of understanding by the guest who arrives need a reception area. Use the rooms need a easy access to the room. And however, for possibility, eat, drink and swim and so on, need an signage and an access to facilities. However, by separating the two stands, we can concentrate often essential components of each of them. Starting from the top, the service marketing systems introduced focus management attention and obtaining a balance between the operational efficiency and marketing efficiencies. By a large operational efficiencies can be addressed through the design of a progress, whereas the design of a physical service environment is concentrated with the marketing effectiveness. Starting at the bottom of an figure, the application of a factory metaphor implies an effective goals, which the application of the theater metaphor implies is a marketing effectiveness goals. Rare views from the audiences in general, the factory metaphors provides an idea for the design of the audiences, whereas the theater metaphor provides ideas for the design of an physical service environment. Design the process. As already stated, the service is a process, not a tangible product. It is worth reflecting, however, that it's a development of a many tangible project. There is usually a design stage prior to the production and the distribution. For example, a new model of a car will require an engineer drawing. Second, a house will require an architect's plans. Third, the sketches will be drawn of an fashion or furniture prototypes. When we think of an design stage, it is normally carried out with the reference to a visual or an diagrammatic representations of a tangible product. Let us consider the task of designing houses as an example. Artist's drawing may take the form on the front, side and atop evacuation of the proceeded building. Without these commonly understood visual references, discussions about the specification or modifications of the houses would be different. It is not impossible. Imagine using the words only to communicate about the plumbing, electrical supply, and the kitchen cupboards requirements. Words on their own, whether written or spoken, may lack the desired level of a prescription or be unclear in the term of an context. The visual front side and the top elevation reduces the impression and the potential misunderstanding, thereby preventing and potentially expensive mistakes. For tangible products, therefore, the design stage is an important aspect of a production development. Design is sometimes synonymous with the planning. Sketches, diagrams, or drawings are valued in the design stages and may be disensembled. Tangible products exist in a time and a space. In all the example above, sketches, diagrams, and the drawings are used to visualize the physical aspects of the product, that it is existent in the space, not time. Can a services which are the process and which exist only in the time be designed, managed and changed in a similar manner to be applied to the objects or tangible products? We demonstrate some of the responses to these questions and explore the consequences of applying design concepts to the service. First, service design by the blueprinting is described, and the stage by stage guide for production blueprinting is given. Second, we describe the technical of the service mapping, which is a logical extension to the blueprint, and then concentrate on using the service design methods to reduce the risk of service failures. Finally, we explore the potential applications of blueprinting and the service mapping techniques. Blueprintings. A service for structural project design called Blueprintings was developed by the StarTAC in 1987. As we shall see, the service blueprint is very important and effective management tool in its own rights. However, in the addition, the interest is blueprinting highlighted the importance of an service design. Focus attention on a process modeling. Encourage the development of the other diagrammatic techniques in the particular service mapping. They were already in the existing techniques for charting the process of the flows. For example, PRET, Program Evaluation and Review Techniques, and the critical path analysis were commonplace visual scheduled aids for the project planning, and the uses of an flow charting to the visual inputs, output, and illustrate the process in a computer program design was the norm. The value of an yearly 40 works on the blueprintings was to use and the selections of an existing techniques to facilitate especially the design of the services. Stages in the blueprint preparations. A comprehensive visual models of an service process in the form of the blueprints provides the mean for management more readily to identify the strong and the weak line in the process, and to discuss the effects of an potential structure changes such as greater customization or an expanded ranges of the services. It should be empathized that it is not only a new service which has been designed. It is often worth taking a closer look at the design of existing services. In each cases, the preparation of a services blueprint inquires a series of an stages. Normally they are: first, represent the services production in the form of its molecular structure. Second, break down the process into logical steps. Third, recognize the variability in the process. Fourth, identify the visible elements in the process. Within the context of an hairdressing services, we will discuss each stage in a greater details. First, representing a services product in the form of its molecular structure. Most products are a combination of an intangible and tangible elements. For products classified as services, the tangible elements are predominant, representing the intangible elements by the circle and the tangible elements by the squares. The molecular structures of the two services providers of an hairdressing, a gents barber and a unisex hairdresser, are shown in the representatives. In a diagram, the below mentioned, it is possible to give more prominence to the elements believed to have an greater importance in the product offering. The larger circle of an haircutting scale indicates that this is deemed to be the key tangible elements of the services. Hairstyling skills, ambience, and the range of intangible goods on a sales are left to be in subsidiary to the consumer needs for the haircut. It is also possible to identify what stock stacks terms essential service evidences by the broken line squares. An essential service element is a physical element which is essential to the service provided, but which cannot be purchased by the customers. In different contexts, the aeroplane, for many scheduled or package flights, constitute the essential service evidence. Essential service evidences may have a significant effect on the service purchases. Additionally, there may be many examples of an peripheral, that is tangible evidences such as newspaper or the magazines to read, appointment cards or a cast changers. These are non-essential for the operators to the core of the services, but may add to or detract from a customer satisfaction with the services. We see that for the unisex hairdresser, the relative importance of an hairstyling and the haircutting skill is reversed. Also, the offers of the hair washing skills, manicure skills, and advice and consultancy is available and important. Although, arguably, the molecular structure stages could be omitted in the production of an service blueprint, and the final version of an molecular diagrams may seem very obvious. We would argue strongly that should be undertaken for the following reasons. It concentrates the mind and provokes valuable discussions. Even for relatively straightforward one-man guest, barber businesses, and a keen debate centered around the intangible elements. Eventually, the original haircut and the hairstyle were replaced by the haircutting skills and haircutting skills. It increases understanding the services of being offered. For the multiple staffed unisex hairdresser, two aspects were worthy of debate. First, the relative size of a circles were considered in a great detail. In particular, how important is advice and consultancy. Second, after a question was raised about how a unisex salon differs from a female hairdresser, the element ambience was added to the diagram. This provoked the future debate. Clearly, there isn't subjective elements to any molecular subject. However, the identification of a basic element, an essential element, is we feel necessary before beginning the construction of an subsequent process diagrams. Thank you.